Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have David. David is from Michigan in the USA, but right now he's living in Thailand. So let's see what David has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, David. How are you?
Great, man. How you doing?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I I don't get these kind of messages all the time.
So, tell me, how was your day today?
Yeah, today was good. I just relaxed a bit and worked. I've been living abroad for a while, so I don't really have to do much every day, which is super amazing.
Where are you from, David?
So originally I'm from Michigan, but I moved to Thailand in the
Wow.
US. Yeah.
Wow. And why the change from Michigan in the US to Thailand?
It was no really particular reason, like, but I traveled here before as a tourist and I really wanted to experience the culture for a more lengthy experience instead of like being rushed through all my travels.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of said, all right, let's go, and I didn't go home. All right. So that was the beginning of something great.
Wow. And how long have you been living there for?
I've been here for about a year now.
Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
which is
And
a long time.
okay.
All right.
So David, so tell me what do you do for work, for living?
Yeah, so for work, I am currently running a marketing agency. I started that about a year ago when I was living in the US. Basically, we just help uh, brick and mortar businesses or e-commerce businesses market their products, services in the digital space. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, wherever you are on the digital space, we help you get there. We help you be seen there. A lot of brick and mortar businesses don't have someone to help them in that area.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we kind of fill in and help them. And that has been a huge hit for me.
Amazing. And as you mentioned that you are in Thailand right now, are you planning to stay there for a long while, or are you gonna go back to the US?
I will go back to the US in 1 month to see my family, and then maybe I will start a new adventure somewhere else after that.
I see. Amazing. Okay, so during the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your point of views overall, okay?
Okay.
David, before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself.
Mm, I think something interesting is I did not take the traditional route that the normal teenager has taken. I kind of went off on my own route. I dropped out of college and kind of just started creating this path and diving into the unknown. Um, and that's what brought me here. And now I'm 20 years old, living in Thailand and running a pretty successful business that feeds me and allows me to live wherever I want. So I think that is interesting. I am proud of that. So even if I'm not rich or whatever, I am proud of what I've done for myself.
That's amazing. I think it's very brave to, to turn around and, starting a very long adventure in your life at your age right
Yeah.
now. As you said, you just dropped college and you just started that. And when was the point that you went like, okay, I'm gonna start that? That did something happen, or just felt like, okay, it's something I'd like to try?
Um, I know this is quite random, but my first girlfriend was when I was like 15 years old. Obviously, your first heartbreak is like that one that's like, oh, my heart is ripped out. But it really changed the entire course of my life because after that, I changed my life. I started working out every day. It was quite cool to see me transform. And she moved to China actually. So after she moved to China, it kind of inspired me like, wow, you can live somewhere else in the world and have a great life. In the US, I think a lot of us are so narrow-minded because the US is like built up to be this best world ever, right? But it doesn't feel that way. So then, yeah, I just changed my trajectory in my life, started reading books, and books really took me on the journey of, I don't want to live the traditional route because I know where I'll end up. If I go to school to be an engineer, I already know what I'm going to be, right? So
Wow,
I didn't go to school.
amazing. Very good. David, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
I'm ready, William.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got here my best friend. Okay, full of random fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Oh, why?
Let's do it. Right. So before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay? Right. First question for you is, what 3 things do you want to be remembered for?
I think number one that comes to my mind right away is I'm always genuine. Like all my TikTok content, everything is genuine. Every interaction is from a place of love and genuinity. That's number one. Number two is I was crazy in a way of crazy in a way of crazy in belief, crazy in believing in myself so much that I can succeed in any standard. And three, just like a pioneer, I create the path for myself instead of being someone who follows the path of others.
Amazing. Okay. And when you think about yourself, what's the best part of being David? What's the best part of being you?
That's a really good question, William. I can't lie. I think the best part about being me comes back to that I never struggled to be myself around others. I'm never scared to be myself around others. I know a lot of people curl up into their shell and are scared to embrace their personality around anyone, but I'm not afraid to do that. And I think that's allowed me to not only make amazing friends, but also learn to read people who have bad intentions a lot more because I am always genuine, right? So I can see that in genuine stuff. So I think, yeah, just embracing myself around anyone.
Amazing. Okay. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, David, next question is, if someone offered to tell your future, would you accept it or not, and why?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't accept it because the whole point of what I'm doing, if I went to college, my future's already told in a sense. Obviously, I will have some curves and some things go differently in my life than I expected, but that's the main reason I didn't go to college, because I didn't want that certain aspect. I don't want that security, because security just makes you lazy, right? If you have security, you have laziness, you have comfort. Comfort is killer. So going into the unknown, diving into the unknown has allowed me to be very uncomfortable and ultimately build that journey of my dreams and not get lazy, because I know tomorrow it could all be gone. Yeah.
And you've always been this way? You always had this mindset?
No, I didn't. Really, what changed my life is a book I found in my brother's bookshelf, and I don't know what or how it sent me. My brother never even read it. He just had it in his bookshelf, and it just changed the entire course of my life. And that was after my breakup. So it was quite weird, but yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Next question.
Yeah, good at it.
Right. So before the next question, David, I'm going to ask a question in 2 parts. The first part of the question is, since you've left the US, you've been in Thailand now for a year, yeah? What has been the highlight of your journey so far? What has been something that you go like, oh my God, I meant to be in this journey? And the second part of the question is, what has been the most challenging part for you to be, facing this journey so far?
Yeah, so let's start with the negative, because I think bringing it down and then bring it up will be more impactful. So I think something I really struggled with when I started traveling is obviously I was fresh out of high school, so my mind was really high on like, oh, this is gonna change my life, which it obviously did, but it was gonna be like I'm always gonna be happy every day. I'm never gonna be sad again. I'm never gonna feel lonely again. Like everything's gonna be fixed when I live in a different country. Everything's gonna be fixed when I make a little more money. Everything's but it wasn't that. And when that actually hit, I think all the emotions were multiplied actually, which is something that is really, really impactful in my life is when I was staying in the Philippines by myself. And also I felt this again during Christmas, is just when you're alone and you felt like this is what you needed to be. I don't really know how to put it. This is what you needed. And then when it didn't actually solve the problem, it like hits 2 times harder, like I just said, and you just sit there and soak in it. So that's probably the most challenging, is understanding, okay, now I actually have to dive into these demons I've been challenged by my whole life and fix those demons, right? So that was a more look internal instead of keep looking external. That was a big lesson.
And the highlights, the biggest highlight of your journey so far?
I mean, there's nothing in particular that can be like the main thing that has led me to the most highlights is TikTok. I got really popular on TikTok when I started traveling, and I just started getting opportunity on opportunity to go scuba diving, to go this for free to do this, and it changed my life to meet so many amazing people. I've gotten to go to villages that tourists never get to visit because they don't know someone from that village, and I got invited by just a random person who saw one of my travel videos, and I think that is the coolest thing I've ever experienced. So it's just little things like that. So there's no journey, because there's so many journeys I've been on in these past 1 year. It's countless, and I can't put a price on any of them. So I think it just all comes down to the blessing of the people I've met from social media.
Okay, next question is, what was your best friend names growing up? Yeah, and why did you consider this person as your best friend at the time?
Just one best friend or multiple?
One.
One.
When you think, which one comes to your mind straight away?
Yeah, I think my best friend was Matt. It was a really cool story. So in 5th grade, our classes used to be on windows outside the school. And so we went to elementary school. I go to a smaller school. I'm not from like a big area. So like everyone knows everyone. And we see this new kid, he has no shoes, no shirt on, and he's trying to see his class. No one knows who he is. He has basketball, and everyone's like, what the heck is this guy doing? So yeah, so I saw him there, and then I like never talked to him again. And then come school starts, he was really cool, and we became best friends in 5th grade. And then from there, we just grew up together, and we have so many memories together. And so actually, he was adopted into a family at like 12 years old, so he was already basically grown up, and ultimately lives with his family now. And
Talking about family, which person in your family you are more close to?
I think my mom's my rock. My mom's my person. So that's my lady.
Right. I'm sure she's gonna be watch this interview right now. And you have the chance to send her a message right now, what would you say?
I think the main thing I would say to my mom is, I'm gonna make you proud. Through these past 2 years, I've been constantly in a battle with her, trying to tell her like I'm not going to college, and having to like try and bring results while trying to balance the building, but bring results. Like she wants quick results. I need to build. So I'm in this constant battle. So, and I just kept promising her I'm gonna make her proud. And then day after day, when more results come in, she's finally gaining confidence in me. Like when I first moved out here, I had a call like every 3 hours, like David,
Wow.
David. Nowadays we talk like every 2, 3 days. It's a bit more chill. She trusts me, and things have been way better.
Amazing. Very good. Ready for another question?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it, David. Let's do it. Right. Next question for you is, what do you think is a good age to start dating and why?
I don't think there's a age you should really be stopped. I guess it just comes down to like what the relationship is based on. I think like high school relationships are pretty just like for fun a bit, and also just yeah, you're just experiencing love for the first time. But a deeper relationship, I would say around like 2022 is probably a good age to maybe begin to start looking for a serious partner. And then around 23 to 25 is like only serious partners.
And one girl to go on a date with you, what this girl must have?
This girl must have, it's a good question. She must have charisma. She must be very charismatic. She must be genuine. She must be naturally curious. She must be kind to others. She must have no ego. She must be open, and she must be funny.
Very good. The message is sent out there in the universe. Next question. Okay. Next question is, do you have any pet peeves?
I think not really. The only pet peeve is like having to repeat myself. Definitely, no one likes to repeat themselves. So yeah.
Wow. Since you've been there, David, I'm sure you met people, all over the world, and people, going the same adventure as you, or maybe just for vacation. Do you find a lot of people around your age as well, like doing the same as you or not?
Yeah, I'm a bit more surprised with it's hard to connect with others here though, unless you're in like groups. There's a lot of groups that are pretty popular nowadays, like TikTok groups where a bunch of young entrepreneurs are in. But yeah, I've actually met quite a bit, and there's quite a bit of young, successful guys that usually a little older than me, maybe 22 to 25, but still there is those select few of guys who are super successful. I met a 16-year-old who has blown my mind. He dropped out of high school. He's doing so well. So,
wow. Right, I have 3 questions left for you, David. Let's do it. Right, so before the next question, it's a new year starting right now. 2024 just just arrived, yeah? For you, during this time of the year, you are kind of person that you do new resolutions, you kind of do a reflection about the year that's just finished. Talk me a little bit through your feelings during this time.
Yeah, so usually I do more of a reflection, and then I'll set some goals on the day of. So probably tomorrow I'll set the goals. But yeah, so this usually I reflect on 30 successes of this year, and then 20 failures, and then like 15 things I could have done better.
Interesting. I like that. Okay, next question is, would you rather be invisible or be able to fly, and what would you do?
Probably fly, so I could go anywhere in the world. And yeah.
And if you could go anywhere in the world right now, right this moment, where would you go and why?
I'd be right here because I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, or I wouldn't be here, right?
Wow, look at you. I love it. Like, goodness, I don't feel like I'm talking to a 20 years old. I feel like I'm talking to an older person. It's amazing. It's very fascinating, David, to see, you come across a very adventurous person at the same time as well. You have your goals, you have your mindset. I think through this year, as you said at the beginning of the interview, it was quite difficult for you because your expectation was a bit different. And suddenly when everything hits, but I see that you use that that challenging moment for you to grow and for you to understand about the reality of the path that you just chose, and I think it's amazing to see. Well done for you.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, Alex.
2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, talking about Michigan, the state where you come from. The capital is Lansing. Lansing, isn't it the capital of Michigan?
Yes, sir.
Lansing. Yeah. So tell me, When you think about Michigan, tell me something, what stands out compared with other states in the US, in your opinion?
I mean, Michigan is just this it's just the work grind kind of life. Like most families are going to work every day, wake up 7 a.m. or 5 a.m., whatever. I don't, it depends what your job is, obviously. But yeah, it's just kind of a work grind, kind of middle speed pace of life. It's obviously my area specifically is more of like that. We got bigger cities like Detroit and Lansing, which are more like New York styles places, and like where I live. So it's pretty cool. It's I like it. I like it a lot. It's a peaceful place. When I think of home, because I moved from home to Bangkok, Thailand, so I moved to a super city. And there's a lot of things I miss. There's no nature here. I can't just go out and ride my bike near a river, right? I gotta like drive an hour to go somewhere. But yeah, so traffic too. There's not much traffic. So when I think of Michigan, I just think of peace, uh, more of a tranquil place and more of a family and love. I feel more love in Michigan. I just think it's a bit more genuine than the bigger city. Most people aren't really genuine here.
Okay. Next question is, what makes you very sentimental?
Sentimental. I don't know.
Do you cry easily?
No. I kind of learned to. I've a lot of my emotions have been. I don't know. I don't know where a lot of them went. As I've been traveling, I've been like, I've faced so many different emotions. I've reached peak happiness, and I've also reached like peak lowness. So, well, it's been quite the journey, and it's cool to just find that balance. But I don't cry much. I'm a very logical person. I'm a logical thinker. So I'm pretty easily to diffuse emotions and understand the logic behind it.
I see. Okay. Ready for the last one?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Last question. But before the last question, tell me what Thailand has taught you so far.
I think the main thing Thailand taught me is no matter what you have in life, and this is mainly the locals, no matter what you have in life, you need to be grateful. And Philippines taught me this a bit more because I've never seen anything like where I've seen like kids sleeping on cardboard boxes. And
Wow.
that is like one of the most eye-opening things I've seen in my life, especially like coming from first world country America, and it changed my life. And it sounds terrible, but I think everyone needs to see that. Everyone needs to see that to understand what they actually have, because so many people complain in America, right?
Do you believe that you are a different person since you had this experience in your life?
I don't think it completely, I'm not going to sit here and tell the world that it changed my life, but it definitely rewired some chemistry in my brain.
Okay. Last question is, when have you been the most happy?
I think the most happy I've been is I don't know. That's a very difficult question. I think it's never a particular moment. I think there's many moments I reached a peak happiness, and I think it's pretty similar to all those happiness levels. So I just say usually when I first arrived in Thailand was a really high peak moment. Just winning some championships growing up in hockey, and yeah, just simple things in life. I don't think there's like any moment that peaked all of them because I've had so many great moments. Scuba diving was pretty happy. Yeah.
Do you believe that happiness is a choice?
Yeah, I think happiness is like a chemical. like, yeah, it's a chemical, serotonin. But like actually creating the chemical, the recipe is like in your habits and in your routine of your day. So if you lay in bed all day, why would you expect to be the happiest person in the world? It just doesn't make sense. Like that's literally the recipe for depression, it seems. Like you're just in bed all day. Now, if you're achieving things every day, that's the recipe for success or happiness, right?
Okay. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? So let's start with money.
Money, hard work,
Family,
love,
life,
desire,
fear,
comfort,
love,
family,
sex,
fun,
politics,
ridiculous,
religion,
useful,
friendship,
needed,
desire.
What's it called? Moderation.
Okay, I like that actually. Regret,
Not real.
success,
Needed.
wish.
No such thing.
Okay, happiness.
Achieved.
One word for Michigan.
Home.
One word for USA.
Overrated.
One word for Bangkok.
Busy.
One word for Thailand.
Beautiful.
And the last one now. One word for 2023.
Life-changing. Is that one word?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your lovely mom for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your mom.
You're
Tell me,
taking my mom on a date, William.
on a very friendly, nice date, because I have two questions, very very serious questions to ask her, and I'm
Okay.
going to ask her. Tell me what's the most beautiful thing about David, and what's something that he still needs to work on to improve on. What she would say?
I think it comes back to I do believe I'm so genuine. There's something I feel around random people where it's just love. It's just spreading love, spreading kindness, spreading cheer. Whether I can't speak the same language, they can't understand anything I'm saying, but they can understand my energy. And I think that's something I radiate so well. And one thing I need to work on, I think I need to work on maintaining relationships. I think I struggle to keep in touch with people who matter to me, just because I'm always my schedule is just so busy and my mind is always in so many different places. I'm in so many different places physically. I struggle to keep in touch with people from home that I wish I would stay in contact with more, which could definitely use some work.
What's your star sign or astrology?
Capricorn.
Oh, so your birthday is just soon, or it is in January?
Yeah, January 13th.
Amazing. Okay. Let's play now, David, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before you ask me the question, tell me what's your favorite Thai word?
Ping tong.
Which means?
Like silly.
Say that again.
Ping tong.
Ing tong.
Ting tong, like a doorbell, like ding dong, but ting tong.
Amazing. Okay, David, you can ask me a question now.
I think my question for you is, who are you? But not like who are you? Like obviously you're William, but what makes William, right?
Wow, what a beautiful question, David. And so it's very well for this time of the year and for this interview. I'll tell you something. talking to you, David, I could see myself. I left Brazil. I'm originally from Brazil. I left Brazil when I was 19 years old. Yeah. And I literally went all the way to Europe. Yeah. And I'm talking to you. I'm kind of picture myself some situations. Now it's a different world now. I didn't have TikTok. I didn't have social media at the time. But at the same time as well, I had this adventure spirit that you have right now. And I always had that. And when you're saying about your positivity or negativity as well, think that you need to improve, I'm exactly the same as well. So, and I understand your point, because you're physically, you are in different places, you know, you love to explore different areas. You are a very open-minded person. And I relate to that as well. I think William, it's a person who, you know, start living a life in a such adventurous way very early, young age. When I look back, when I was 19, I'm sure, let's see, in 20 years time, when you look back, David, you're going to have the same feeling. Oh my God, I was 20 when I was in Thailand. How was that possible? And I had the same feeling right now. When I look back, I was like, my God, I was 19 years old when I just crossed the world on my own. So back to your question, I think William, it's a person who always being very adventurous, yeah, always believe that you know, you can achieve anything in life if you want to, if you feel like, and if you believe it. And I live life in a way that I love to wake up every morning knowing that I'm gonna make mistakes, I'm gonna learn new lessons, I'm gonna connect with people, I'm going to cry, I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to enjoy life. And I think that's when I define myself, it's about living life the best way possible, knowing about, you know, the up and downs that life gonna bring. And I'm very open. I'm very open-minded as well. I love you know, talking to people and see different ways of people approaching life, and also their point of views as well, because somehow it brings to my personal life, and I've learned as well. So I love learning every single day. So I think really is about learning and living life every single day.
I agree. That's amazing. And it's kind of cool to connect with you on that, because you've probably seen so much that I've seen as well at different time periods.
Absolutely. And when I see you now, my goodness. And I'll tell you something, Dave, just enjoy and keep going the way you are right now. I think, again, talking to you, I feel like you are in the right place. You are doing the right choices, and you are going the right direction as well. Because that's life, and you believe it. And you just, as you said, I learned something with you today. You said about comfort is scary, something like it's a bit scary when you're in a comfort zone, something like that. It's for the interview. And I was like, my goodness, it's so nice to hear that from a 20 years old, you know, person, you know. So carry on with your life, the way you are doing your journey as well. And I'm sure, my goodness, you're gonna achieve a lot still to come, because it's great. You gave already the first step. You already gave the first step. So now it's, you know, there's no way back anymore. You're already on the journey, and I think that's the best thing to do. So thanks so much for taking the time. Did you enjoy the interview?
Yeah, it was amazing, William. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
I think coming all the way back to going into the unknown this is a quote I recently just heard, and I don't know who it's by or where it's from, but it's, you can only connect the dots looking back, right? So things only make sense looking back. They'll never make sense going forward. So that's why you should just do the most extreme things going forward, and it will probably make sense in the future, right? Usually you can connect the dots on everything in life in some way. Why this happened, this went this way, right? So I think that was a really good quote.
Amazing. Happy New Year. I hope 2024 brings a lot of more adventures for you, a lot of knowledge, a lot of adventures for you to face, and just embrace it. Enjoy the best you can. Okay?
Thanks a lot, William. You have a great day.
And you. Bye-bye. Take care. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.